Hello, everyone. Hope you are doing well. Welcome to your favorite channel. And in this channel, in this particular episode, we're going to talk about our upcoming game. Our upcoming game is against Spurs, and this game has brought nightmares to us, and we're going to talk about that. So stay tuned to your favorite channel. Samir bhai, here we are. The game जिसने हमको बहुत तंग किया है पिछले कई सालों में, एंड ऑफ कोर्स आई नो यू हैव few stats ready जिसमें हम आएंगे. But before just going to the game, how are you, bro? How's life? Everything all sorted, all good?
So, पहले तो hello everyone. Welcome back to Boys in Blue 9320, the DESI home for all things Manchester City. One club, 1 year, 5 trophies. This is the 115 that we are proud of.
Yeah, let's go. That's our 115. Yay. That's how you enter. That's how you enter. Nice.
You might get bored of hearing this. I might not get bored of saying this again.
Never.
Okay. Up karo 115 now. So life has been mixed. I mean, it's been a mixed bag, especially this week. In some aspect it was going well, in some aspect it was not. But yeah, here we are, and as we said, due to both of us lives getting kind of entangled into different situations, इस चक्कर में हमें बहुत inconsistency झेलनी पड़ी है. इस चैनल पे बहुत वीडियोस की फ्रीक्वेंसी कम हो गई है. बस आई थिंक तो कुछ दिनों का और हम दोनों के एंड से इश्यूज है, and then we're sorting it out, and after that we'll start putting things in. अभी कुछ दिनों में और भी वीडियोस आने वाले हैं. We are working on it. So yeah, so we'll hope that we'll kind of put content on regular basis. But ये जो गेम जिसके बारे में आज हम दोनों इकट्ठा हुए हैं रोने के लिए, because इसके stats literally I also want to do this. And before I say begin, I just want to congratulate everyone for the Pran Pratishtha Mahotsav at Ram Mandir. It's been an historic event that India has seen in this week. But jumping from one historic event that India has seen to the one unfortunate game that us City fans have been witnessing for past God knows how many years.
Yep.
I think so. जब FA Cup में draw हुआ था, and अब हमें ना ऐसे राउंड्स में ना बहुत easy fixtures की आदत सी हो गई थी. We are the spoiled brats, चाहे वो UCL हो, चाहे वो Carabao Cup हो, and we always feel like कि चल ठीक है, सेमीफाइनल्स क्वार्टर फाइनल्स के बाद ऐसा ड्रॉ आएगा टफ, तब देख लेंगे. जब out of every club that has been that you could draw in this round, Spurs away mila hai. Like, how bad was your luck on that day that out of all the possible combinations that you could figure out in terms of having a draw and everything, tumhe Spurs away mila? I think so. Like, जैसे पिछले राउंड में आर्सेनल लिवरपूल वाज दैट टोकन फिक्चर जिसमें सबकी नजर थी. इसमें it has to be Spurs City because of the way specifics involved in it. पहले तो हमने एक स्पर्स के मेन स्टे ग्राउंड, चाहे वो व्हाइट हार्ट लेन हो या फिर टॉटनहम हॉटस्पर्स स्टेडियम हो, हमने पिछले 8 साल से गोल नहीं मारा. This might sound a bit crazy, but the last time City has scored a goal in any of these stadiums in at the Premier League game or in an FA Cup game,
all competitions, yeah.
2015. In like, do whatever you want with this stat, okay? But this sounds, when I got to know about this stat, it was very crazy.
Just
a team like City जिसमें अग्वेरो था, जिसमें बाद में आपके पास हेजूस आया, जिसने फॉल्स 9 काफी सीजन्स खेला, जिसने आपको टाइटल्स जिताए हैं. This includes Guardiola के 7 साल as well as a manager.
Yep.
Like, when a manager comes out and says that कि all treble and all of that is ठीक है, but अब जो मुझे चाहिए वो है कि इनमें से कोई भी प्लेयर स्पर्स के होम में स्कोर करे.
Goal.
That is what I
Yeah.
want in this series.
Just a clarification to your stat that you made. People might be thinking that there was a 1-0 win and a 3-1 win away. That was at Wembley ground. It was not at
That doesn't Wembley
Tottenham
ground. Ha
Stadium.
ha ha.
Yeah,
Thank you
just
for reminding me.
clarify. Yeah,
Just
just to
yeah,
clarify, people will think that कि अरे मारा था, but no, it was Wembley ground. It was Tottenham का ground. So yeah,
I would have accidentally created a controversy, but then देखो Wembley was a transition ground,
temporary.
उनका ground वो तो हम consider नहीं कर रहे. इसलिए मैंने
Yeah.
use the word mainstay कि
Yeah.
White Hart Lane या Tottenham Hotspur Stadium दोनों में से
Yes.
तो last month और I mean I think so. तू guess कर सकता है कि वो गोल मारा किसने?
The last
The
goal.
last goal किया था हाँ
You said 2015.
2015.
I'm assuming it would be
यार तो
Pellegrini.
यार ये अपने आप में सबसे बड़ा हिंट है तो वो मांगना
I mean, it's. Oh, is it Kevin De Bruyne? It was away game. Yeah.
Second goal of his career.
Yeah.
As far as I remember, it's the second goal of his
Yeah.
career.
Yes.
And ironically, City's last goal against Tottenham at the
Away. Yep. Yeah, 4-1. That I remember that we lost that game, but yeah, man. the stat wise, it's actually even
और
also.
भाई बाकी
Will,
भाई और दूसरी बात ये गेम 1:30 बजे रात में है.
yeah, our first game of the I guess FA Cup round का first match है ये.
हाँ, the
That's how we
first
start the game.
online to that.
Yep.
Like हम लोग का when as fans we really hope and pray कि यार ये 1:30 बजे वाले गेम्स जितने बाद में हो like February March से तो आ जाते हैं तब तक तो ठीक है.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you rightly pointed out, this is the first all-nighter game for a City fan.
Yeah.
But and that too, this game out of
Yeah.
every other possible game, this is that game.
Yep. Those who have to go to job or college on Saturday morning, bros. I hope. I don't know.
I mean, यार extended जिनका extended weekend है उनको कोई दिक्कत नहीं है क्योंकि भाई रिपब्लिक डे के बाद रिपब्लिक डे के बाद है.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So those hope that अपना रात में जगना should be a worthwhile, and of course we will talk about that in this episode. But yeah, when I first saw that draw, I'm like, bro, and it was not like when I actually saw that draw live. There were very like good enough team available बाद में. बहुत सारी team available थी जो City को मिल सकती थी. I mean, not even I'm just saying League One and League Two team. There were decent Premier League teams that we could have gotten, and I'm like, fuck. Out of all the options, we got Tottenham away.
Tottenham away, bhai. Tottenham
yeah,
away.
It is not a Tottenham away. And the thing is, people are be saying कि Tottenham की team weak है. मतलब compared to the quality, ठीक है जो पहले हम हारे this that and all. But when I look back at it, every time City Tottenham का जो match हुआ है, City were always favorite. City का हमेशा better team था. हम Tottenham के हमेशा worst team से हारे हैं. Exactly. So even them being worse is not even helping me because we lost to worst Tottenham teams.
Come to think of it, ठीक है. That home game that we faced in November, ठीक है ना? उनके backline में था कौन? Ben Davies and Emerson Royal.
Yeah.
हम वहां ड्रॉ करवा के आए हैं.
Yeah. We considered 3. Yep.
और अब तो उनका पूरा फर्स्ट टीम बैकलाइन खेलेगा, उनका फर्स्ट चॉइस बैकलाइन खेलेगा.
Yep.
So, honestly, to be very honest, I never rated Spurs as weak. ठीक है? Because why you cannot rate Spurs? Because उनका मैनेजर इस बार अलग है. ठीक है?
Yep.
हैरी केन के जाने के बाद स्पर्स किसी भी एंगल से वीक नहीं लग रही है.
Yep.
He has changed the entire mood of that club. He has changed the entire like the way they function. कि अरे Harry Kane, like when Harry Kane went to Bayern Munich, the whole question कि Harry Kane के बाद क्या है क्या नहीं है. तुझे कुछ खास चेंज लग रहा है कि हैरी केन के बाद भी ठीक है नंबर ऑफ गोल्स हो सकता है कम हो जाए, बट देन अभी उनके गोल्स जगह से आ रहे हैं.
Yeah, Son is firing, bro. I mean, जिस तरह से Madison का the starter Madison had Kulusevski, yeah.
Kulusevski, dude.
Yep. I mean, it's like they're not actually missing Kane. मतलब Kane goals आ ही रहे हैं उनकी टीम में.
This might sound controversial from my end, but then in that last वाला game, Kulusevski ran Rodri, उसके के आस-पास घूम के उसको पूरा न्यूट्रलाइज किया भाई. and
Yes,
not
yes.
many players can do that.
Yep. Agreed. Fully agreed.
So
And that's
I mean, as like जो 2 हफ्ते का जो ब्रेक था ना अभी, उसके बाद इफ यू एक्सपेक्ट कि कैसा गेम एक कैसा गेम देखने को मिलेगा, क्योंकि when you are
yep.
not watching any kind of, I mean, uh, like for the ones who have been watching Asia Cup, I mean, जो हुआ है, as football fans, we are also as sad as them, even though we cannot comment much because हमने specifically नहीं इतना in depth देखा है. I hope in future we'll देखेंगे, but then like अगर हम बाकी हमारी मोमेंट्स टीम अच्छा कर रही है भाई, यूनाइटेड को
Yep.
हरा दिया, लिवरपूल को तो धो के सुखा दिया. तो बट फ्रॉम अ मेंस टीम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, अगर कोई गेम आप एक्सपेक्ट करते हो 2 हफ्ते बाद कि यू वांट अ
Yes.
वेरी मीट फ्लैश, एक प्रॉपर क्रैकर गेम हो, तो इससे बढ़िया गेम नहीं मिल सकता.
Yep.
और वो भी
Yep.
मतलब ऐसा कितना, जिसपे ऐसा गेम जिसमें लिटरली किसी ने कोई जादू टोना कर रखा है, क्या चल रखा है, मतलब पूरा ये कर्स
Yep.
गेम खेल रहे हैं.
Yes. And and the जो हम बात कर रहे हैं प्रीमियर लीग में हमारा, whenever talk about record and all, whenever we have faced them in the Premier League, it has us who जिसके लिए win is very important because you're always in a title race and all. Tottenham were ऊपर नीचे, so you cannot. But this is the game where there's a trophy on the line. For a club like Spurs, who chasing that drought for I don't know how many years. So this is actually going to be a very tough game. जैसा लग रहा है, even though we're talking about the history and all, but when you think about the game, it's actually going to be a very tough game. And also, as you mentioned, उनका backline, front backline भी रहेगा. I mean, it's going to be interesting game. Like, will be interesting to see what Pep, does with the lineup and what we see on the pitch. It's going to be interesting one, yeah.
देखो थोड़ा ऑफ टॉपिक जा रहा हूँ because I mentioned about Indian football and the week that that scarred every fan. हम इसलिए इतना नहीं बात कर पाएंगे because बहुत से डिस्कोर्सेज हैं इंटरनेट पे, आपको मिल जाएंगे. अब पूरा इंटरनेट डिविसिव हो चुका है and we don't want us to
Yep.
contribute more to that because that's why we are this I've been, because काफी लोगों ने हमें बोला है कि you guys are also have part of a YouTube community, why not speaking much, but there are a lot of discourses that have happened, lot of divided opinions, and we don't want to contribute much because आपको बहुत मिल जाएगा. That's why we don't want to add fuel to that fire. But coming back to this game, अगर as you mentioned about the stats, जो as हमारी पता चलती है कि हम starting बता देते हैं, we kind of got in flow of कि ये game क्या मायने रखता है. Stats की बात करो तो I think so Spurs is one of those clubs जिसके सामने गार्डियोला मतलब अगर किसी का ट्रैक रिकॉर्ड, बहुत फ्यू क्लब्स जिनके सामने एक ऑनरेबल नहीं रहा है तो स्पर्स उनमें से वन है, बिकॉज स्पर्स अवे में वी हैव अंडर गार्डियोला एरा शायद 10 मैचेस खेले हैं जिसमें से अराउंड 6 हम हारे हैं, एंड वी हैड ड्रॉ 6 हम हारे हैं, तो which अपने आप में कितना बड़ा चैलेंज है
Yep.
वो बताता है. एंड देन you know we haven't, and as I said, we haven't scored a goal. जीतना दूर की बात,
Yeah.
गोल भी टॉटनहम हॉटस्पर स्टेडियम में. सो है कोई भूत होगा वहां पे, पता नहीं क्या है, मतलब हवन करवाओ, क्या करवाओ, कुछ करवाओ, बस कुछ whatever it takes, बस जीतना जरूरी है उस स्टेडियम में, ब्रेक
Yep.
दैट कर्स. एंड रही बात FA कप कंटेंशन की, तो दिस इज वी आर गेयरिंग फॉर आवर फोर्थ ट्रॉफी. We have won 3 of them in the last post takeover era में तीन जीत चुके हैं, ठीक है ना.
Yep.
And also when I was looking for couple of these stats, one of the stats that caught my eye कि गार्डियोला एरा में सिर्फ एक गेम है जिसमें सिटी 5th राउंड या एनी ऑफ दोस राउंड्स में बाहर हुई है, आउट ऑफ एंड लाइक 7 में से एक हम जो आई गेस विगन से जो बाहर हुए थे वो एक था. हमने 4 बार सेमीफाइनल्स से नॉकआउट किया गया और 2 बार तो हम जीते हैं.
Yep.
सो FA का पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बहुत ही हाईली इंप्रेसिव रिकॉर्ड है, ठीक है.
Yep.
तो एंड
Even like it's a
टॉटनहम
domestic
ने,
record.
if the tradition continues and Tottenham manages to beat us in this game, imagine उनके लिए बहुत बड़ा Like they
Yep.
would really turn out to be one of the favorites. They, even I consider that running joke कि, Tottenham Hotspurs ने Tottenham ने कुछ जीता नहीं है ये वो. I get that very well. But if you manage to beat this city जहाँ पे basically which is around 90 to 95% of the complete team, you manage to beat this city, ठीक है, then then the questions will be asked कि भाई is Tottenham emerging as one of the favorites alongside your Liverpool, alongside maybe United or like whatever. I don't know whether United or Chelsea है या नहीं है, because उनका लीग टेबल देख के मुझे उनके वैसे भी इन
They
कप्स
are.
के
They are there.
पार्टिसिपेशन है भी या नहीं. Who knows उन्हें कब कौन बाहर
They are
निकाल
there.
दे.
They are there. For
Yeah,
some
there
time, they are
both of
there.
them are there.
For some time.
Yeah, so
ठीक है.
exactly that's what I'm saying कि ये गेम टॉटनहम के जो चांसेस के लिए बहुत ज्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट है.
Yep.
हमारे लिए इसलिए इम्पोर्टेंट है क्योंकि भाई हमने इस कंपटीशन में we're facing the first giant and in a situation like this.
Yep.
But the good thing is that 2 हफ्ते का winter
Yes.
training camp जो था अबू धाबी में, ठीक है, that kind of gave Guardiola ample time to brainstorm along with his coaches how to tackle this. He knows Ange well because of the CFG connection, ठीक है. हम ऑलरेडी खेल चुके हैं एक बार
Yep.
अगेंस्ट एंज टीम इन नवंबर, जहाँ पे हमने जो भी मिस्टेक्स करी है या जो भी जिस वजह से 3-3 का लाइक we were very we were the favorites to win that game. Let
Yep.
me put it that way because फर्स्ट हाफ में जितने चांसेस बनाए थे जो हमने वेस्ट
Crazy.
की जो वेस्ट किए
Crazy.
थे and that costed us 2 points. I think so वो गलतियां भी पॉन्डर करना समझना. so, so कोई स्कोप नहीं है इस बार एनी एक्सक्यूज का
Yep.
for either of the teams. ये मैकेनिज्म कोई स्कोप नहीं बचा है बिकॉज आपके
No, no,
पास
no.
टाइम है, आपके पास टाइम था, आई मीन आपके पास टाइम था टू ट्रेन योर टीम इन अ वे टू विन दिस गेम.
Yep.
आपके पास टाइम था टू काइंड ऑफ see where the players have made the mistakes and how we can rectify them, how we like how we should not do that again in those 90 minutes. तो वो आपके
Yes.
पास दोनों के पास एक एम्पल टाइम है प्रिपेयर फॉर दिस गेम, तो कोई एक्सक्यूजेस नहीं है कहीं भी एंगल से.
Yep. I totally agree. I totally agree because, as you mentioned, 2 weeks का gap, especially for team like City, जो back to back crunch period में होता है, जो एकदम packed होता है. वैसे टीम के लिए 2 weeks is a very good break. And also जिस तरह से हमने break like the result that we ended with 3-2 Newcastle, the way जो excitement City fans में जो build इसमें build हुई थी, you need to continue that. And especially this is now the crunch time. Like I would like to tell all City fans, bro, this is the crunch time. अभी यहाँ से हमारा जो शुरू होने वाला है, अभी जैन खत्म होगा, Feb, March, April. This is the best time of the season, and in that you want to start on high. You cannot after a 2 weeks break when you are very well prepared. As you said, must have brainstormed with this team. Ki bhai, this is how we're gonna play. I genuinely expect City to get a good result out of here. I genuinely expect that because if we don't get, it's actually kind of start to getting some questions. Keep what's the scene now because we are going to the biggest part of our season, and if you pull out this kind of results, there will be questions. So I genuinely expect that. Yeah.
और यार एक और चीज है ना, देखो हमारे में से कोई अफगान भी नहीं गया खेलने.
Yep.
टॉटनहम could have that excuse in the end that कि
Yep.
पे मटर सार नहीं है, बिसूमा नहीं है बिकॉज सॉन नहीं है, सॉन एशियन प्लेयर
Son, the
नहीं है,
main guy, Son is not there. Yeah.
सॉन नहीं है, करेक्ट. बाकी तो अफगान खेलने गए, ठीक है, आई गेट दैट. हमारे पास वो भी कवर अप
Yep.
करने के लिए. Also to the fact that this being an away game, you have 9,000 City fans because this game sold out 24 hours में sold out हो चुका था ये गेम, ठीक है, अवे
Yep.
खासकर the away zone, right? 9,000 के around fans are marching from Manchester to Houston, London at a point जहाँ पे जो लास्ट ट्रेन निकलते आने का ट्रेन से चांस ही नहीं है, by the way. Okay, so and I was kind of when I was looking on Twitter and everything, even Instagram with Big Steve and all of the daps and everything, they were kind of posting out links to sharing cabs and everything to kind of help fellow City fans to travel back to Manchester or wherever they are. So like this is a very important game, and they are literally doing out of their way
Yep.
to march in London and kind of make their presence felt. Or yeah, you if you really disappoint them, because अगर सीजन कितना भी नहीं है परफेक्ट हो, ऐसे सिचुएशन में जहाँ पे फैंस लिटरली मार्च कर रहे हैं आपको सपोर्ट करने के लिए कि यू नो they do not want to let you down. I think so they understand the gravity of the situation की गेम कितना जरूरी है, not from a cup
Yep.
point of view but from क्लब की हिस्ट्री पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू कि भाई जहाँ पे आप जीत नहीं पा रहे हो वहाँ पे आपको सपोर्ट की सबसे ज्यादा जरूरत है. एंड जो भी लाइक आपकी फैसिलिटीज नहीं है, but still they are kind of coming out of their way to do everything what they can to not miss this match due to transportation facilities nahi. So the responsibility is very much on City. For
Yep.
Tottenham is because कि भाई अगर आपने सिटी को हरा दिया तो आपका जो कॉन्फिडेंस है वो लिटरली 0 से 100 हो जाएगा, because in every game in whatever situation City has been deemed as favorites.
Yep.
And we cannot deny, we cannot be very down. हम लोग मतलब बहुत ज्यादा उसको टैक्टफुली नहीं कर सकते कि अरे नहीं 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 रिकॉर्ड खराब है, वो बोलने के लिए ठीक है, बट स्टिल everyone would consider City
Yeah.
as favorites in
Yep.
whatever game. तो यहाँ पे आई थिंक ओनर्स सिटी पे ज्यादा है. लोग बोल सकते कि चलो टॉटनहम पे because they want under Ange, like under Ange they have the best chance to win something, and I get that, and I believe that at some point they will. That's why उन पे प्रेशर उस चीज को लेके, बट हम पे प्रेशर इस चीज को लेके कि भाई आपके सामने जो 9,000 फैंस आ रहे हैं जो आपको सपोर्ट करने फ्रॉम लाइक दे ब्रेविंग एवरीथिंग एंड दे डूइंग एवरीथिंग व्हाट दे कैन टू बी देयर एंड मेक देयर प्रेजेंस फील that those 9,000 fans can brave the other fans and can make their voices heard loud. तो वो एक चीज मेरे हिसाब से आप उसको मद्देनजर रखते हुए आपको करना पड़ेगा. And
Yep.
that's why so burden सिटी पे थोड़ा ज्यादा है मेरे हिसाब से to perform
Yep.
in this game. And आपके पास है, अगर हम इंजरीज का क्या सिचुएशन है by the way, if you can brief
Yeah.
to our audience.
Just was scrolling down through what Pep Guardiola said on this, on injury also on the fixture. He has said, "Okay, it's a final. It's tough at Spurs. We have played well there, but not scored there yet. There have been better than us so far. So I mean, hopefully this time that result changes." And he briefed about Berada, which we'll cover in another episode. Also, talk about Calvin, जो हम बाद में बात करेंगे. On the injuries, he said that he's not sure if he'll start, but also Erling Haaland has been training with the team,
I think
but he's not there yet.
I think that we
Yeah,
lost you a bit. Just repeat it again. I think
sure. I'll just on the injuries. I'll just talk about what Pep said. Pep said कि John Stones is back. He's in a contention, but not sure if he'll start. Same with Erling Haaland, who is back in training, but he is
going to
not.
start. Continue कर दिया क्या?
Sorry.
John Stones is not starting. John
He's-
Stones का
He said no. He's not
contention
sure.
में
He's not sure. He said he's not sure if he'll
अच्छा
start.
ठीक है.
But he may start. But I personally I don't think he will, because he's come after a long break. Erling Haaland is back back in training, but he is not fit to play for
He's not
Spurs.
starting. वो तो
but
पहले ही आ चुका था.
he is close as per him, and Akanji is the one who is out, and rest Benedictson is fine. So as you mentioned, कि only Akanji and Haaland are the ones who जो इस contention में नहीं है. बाकी as you said, almost 95% of the team is available. So there is no excuses. And of course you can also brief on the Tottenham का team कि who will be missing and who will be playing there.
ऐसे आई थिंक सो लोग भूल गए कभी हमारे स्क्वाड में कोई फिलिप्स नाम का सरनेम वाला बंदा भी हुआ करता था. वो आगे नहीं दिखेगा. ठीक है. तो एग्जैक्टली एज यू सेड कि भाई अकांजी नहीं है और हालैंड नहीं है, बाकी सब है. इवन अगर हम बेंच स्ट्रेंथ की बात, बेंच स्ट्रेंथ में भी काफी है with Stones coming
Yep.
back, and if he decides कि De Bruyne को again give that same treatment कि second half में लाने का, if first half में game फंस गया हो, तो I think तो bench भी बहुत ज़्यादा strong है. And
Yep.
तो इसलिए फ्रॉम ऑन पेपर आई थिंक सो ठीक है, मतलब हमारा स्क्वाड पहले भी बहुत स्ट्रांग था ही, हम जीत नहीं पा रहे थे। सेम सेम सिनेरियो आज भी है कि ऑन पेपर वी आर एज वी लाइक ये टीम स्कोर कैसे नहीं कर सकती ऑन लाइक that has to be if at some point if anyone or from Vice or anyone wants to do a or from T4 someone wants to do a football conspiracy video, I think the first
Yep.
episode should be like why is any of these first 11 over the last 7 8 years or 9 years have not managed to score in White Hart Lane on Tottenham
Yep.
Hotspur Stadium, ऐसा क्या है?
just to give us just to give a stat to that, जो इसमें मैंने पढ़ा था कि last 5 matches जो सिटी जहाँ पे सिटी has scored, we have 84 shots, उसमें से 22 were on target. And if you guys remember, उसमें से अकबर का पेनल्टी भी था जो सेव हुआ था by Hugo. So how when you say that is currently is conspiracy theory, bro, क्या है? कुछ तो जादू है वहाँ पे.
कुछ तो है
कुछ तो है भाई.
आई मीन
It's
वो
not going.
कुछ आई थिंक ह्यूगो लॉरिस या फ्रेजर फॉस्टर कुछ अपनी पोटली में कुछ तो लाता था, मैंने छिड़क देता था होगा साइड में
ये
एंड आई मीन बेसिकली या तो होगा कि भाई जो भी लीग जीतने वाला है ठीक है उस टीम के अगेंस्ट ही वर्क करेगा, उनका कोई भी टोटका आई थिंक आई डोंट नो व्हाट एग्जैक्टली गोज डाउन एट वाट हार्ट लेन और अभी टॉटनहम हॉटस्पर स्टेडियम में, बट एंड ही सेड 22 शॉट्स ऑन टारगेट और एक भी गोल नहीं in the last 5 years.
that's crazy. That's crazy. How is it possible?
World is a crazy place about football. Like basically, are you not entertained? 5 shots में 0 goal. Are you not entertained?
We are not. City fans are not. Please score. Please
We
score.
are disappointed. The neutrals might get entertained of watching City trying 22 times and then 84 times, being 24 and kind of being very close 22 times and then still achieving nothing on that ground. But हाँ मतलब क्या बोलूं अभी, मतलब ये स्टार्ट सुन के भी कुछ उसका रिस्पांस जनरेट ही नहीं हो रहा है यहाँ पे, क्या क्या ही बोल सकते हैं. तो
Yeah, but
I think
on the top stars,
मतलब
I think
final words क्या तेरे on this game if you have to say sum it up.
on those,
And also
yeah,
just to add to that, which is our one Spurs player in the current squad जो मुझे लगता है कि उनके लिए गेम चेंजर होगा. You can go for two if not if you have any doubts अगर तुमको लगता है, but 1 or 2 players जो तुमको लगता है कि भाई गेम चेंजर है.
see the obvious answer is obviously Son, जो हमेशा गोल मारता है, but he is not there, so
नहीं
that's
है.
kind of a relief. That's a relief.
मैं बताना भूल गया क्या कि जो अवेलेबल है उसमें से बताना है.
Of course, I'm just saying कि Spurs का मैं बता रहा हूँ. And there is one guy I rate very highly, James Madison. So we don't know about his situation if he'll feature or not. ऐसे, but
अब
there is
उसने
one
बोल
guy.
दिया ना, एंज का तो आ गया ना कि he is fit to start,
Yeah,
but he
but
will start
we're
only
not
after
sure. Yeah,
he is fit to start.
yeah. But there's one guy, Dejan Kulusevski. What a player! What a incredible player. And as you mentioned,
Incredible.
what he did, everyone did against Rodri. Genuinely a high quality player, and he has that capability to change games on himself, because his dribbling is very good. He's very underrated because people don't rate his dribbling. His dribbling is very very good, and yeah, I mean I assume अपना back four भी अच्छा strong खेलेगा, but he's the guy to look for, जिसके लिए I even Guardiola is not a bad option, but it's the way Ake is solid when you play the left backs, especially when the pacey wingers. That will be an interesting decision to for Pep कि किसको start कराएगा, but Kulusevski is the one जो could be tricky. It could be tricky, to defend him. What about you? Do you think the same, was there any additional player you had to
So
add?
my answer depends on. So I assume that शायद Madison start नहीं करे because I mean वो injury से आया था तो start अगर नहीं करे, Kulusevski is obviously one because I think that whenever I see him play I always think that कि Juventus ने क्या देख के जाने दिया है इसको. Okay. But
True.
then there are players who click in a certain club. Okay, like
Yep.
अगर शायद Juventus जाने दे के but Tottenham है and then he clicked over there. So that kind of also proves this theory that there are a set of players who kind of उन्हें सिर्फ like being at the right place at the right time वाला हिसाब है कि
Yep.
Just have to be at the right place to show who you are and what you can do. And I think so. Spurs, like, they probably are like the star-crossed lovers. Ki जब वो मिले magic हुआ and then हम सबकी कान फटी. So वही हुआ. And then, and because the thing is that Kulusevski also gives an option. For example, अगर Brennan Johnson नहीं भरोसा करता है, then Kulusevski can play in the wings. Also Kulusevski
Yep.
can play as number 10. और जब वो number 10 पे deploy किया when Madison नहीं था, तो अलग ही जानवर बन गया था, जो हमने हमारे गेम में देखा.
Yep.
Kulusevski one, I think so. अगर थोड़ा डिफेंसिवली जाऊं तो वैंडेवन एक हो सकता है, बट वैंडेवन से ज्यादा मुझे जिस आदमी प्रॉब्लम है वो है क्रिस्टियन रोमेरो.
Yep.
क्योंकि रोमेरो खेलता कम है. रोमेरो को सामने लोग फुटबॉल खेलने आते हैं, रोमेरो यूएफसी खेलने आता है पिच पे.
Yep. गलत स्पोर्ट में आ गया.
गलत स्पोर्ट में आ गया. वही तो बोलना, ये बेसिकली कहते हैं ना, ये लाठी मारने वालों को तुमने पैर में फुटबॉल दी थी है. तो एंड अगेन, इफ रोमेरो, अगर एक कोई इंजरी हुई ना सिटी के कोई स्क्वाड में, तो मैं आई कैन बेट कि 90% चांस होगी कि उसमें रोमेरो इन्वॉल्व होगा ही. और तो वो मुझे हमेशा से लगता है कि रोमेरो का, बट देन रोमेरो इज आल्सो वन ऑफ दोस प्लेयर्स जो ऐसे बेवकूफियों में पेनल्टी भी दे देता है, कार्ड भी खाने.
Yep. Yes.
एंड यू एक्सपेक्ट, एंड ऐसा अगर रोमेरो की हिस्ट्री देखो तो सुधरता भी नहीं है. इस सीजन भी खाया.
Yep.
ठीक है.
Hopefully कल भी खाए.
You basically, you just need someone to kind of aggravate this guy, and then who knows, head loss में होते थे. But if it doesn't, then I think so that partnership between Romero and Van de Ven, that could be, because जैसे मैंने कहा, हमने बेन डेविस और एमरसन रॉयल के बैक पेयरिंग में ड्रॉ करवाया है, तो ये तो एलिवेट हो गया. और प्लस अभी उनके पास बैकअप में ट्रैकोसन भी है. You don't know how he plays, but then जो सुना है कि he's one of those players who has been next to impossible for any attacker to triple past him.
Yep.
So वो एक है कि अगर, and I don't think so he'll start. I think so Van de Ven और वो ही I think so first center back pairing रहेगा. But then even if at a position में मैच फंस जाए और ट्रैकोसन को ले आए, या फिर अगर टॉटनहम लीड लेके if they want, देखो Ange setback नहीं करता. That's one interesting thing, that Ange always be like high line mate, high line, we are the high line FC mate. तो मतलब even though वो हारे जीते, he'll play high line.
Yep.
At that point, so I think so वो बना रहेगा, चांस हमेशा बना रहेगा सिटी का, even if they go down 1-0 or like
Yeah.
but again, तो वही है कि मतलब how he would set this team up. तो मेरे हिसाब से if I had to pick two players, it's Kulusevski and Romero. Assuming कि Madison
Yep.
नहीं start.
Yes.
So let's boil down to predicted lineup and score line. तू क्या pick कर रहा है? तुझे score line देना है या predicted lineup pick करना है? Let's do one by one. Like I'll do one thing, you'll do one thing.
I'll do scoreline. You do predicted 11. Okay. So what do you think?
Score line. And by the way, next time तुझे swap करना पड़ेगा, so it's one by one, ठीक है?
Yeah, sure.
Which game है? तो then next game में you have to do the.
So you go ahead with the 11. What do you think?
Okay. Ortega as a keeper.
Standard. Yep.
Designated है. So I don't think so, because 2 हफ्ते का गैप था, तो Pep would kind of go for a team जहाँ पे he can put it out as a reason कि games काफी थे, I have to play bench and all. I don't think so do that. So I'll go with Guardiola again, just out of this, just looking at the gravity of the situation in this game. So I think so Guardiola goes for me. Diaz is back, so Diaz and Ake for me, and then Akanji नहीं है तो obviously Walker, तो मेरा backline तो वही है.
Yep.
I think so Rodri, obviously, and अगर midfield में देखो तो think so. Foden, I think the Foden could do it. But Foden and who you can have if KDB not gets to start, maybe a Rodri, Kovacic, Foden. What I could see. Okay, and left mid Doku, right में Bernardo, front में Alvarez. But then I think so most of the game Alvarez drops back and then या तो Bernardo falls नहीं खेलता है कभी या फिर आपका Foden falls नहीं खेलता तो वो आपस में rotate हो गई. But this is what I think अभी कि ऐसा हो सकता है. केविन डे ब्रुयने could start तो फिर कोवाचिच बेंच पे जाएगा या फिर हो
Yep.
सकता है maybe if Pep goes completely like it goes एकदम risky and gets Oscar Bob in his starting
Oh,
lineup. Who knows?
pretty good. I was also wondering even he could do Doku, Grealish, and Alvarez as the front three because of the high line. He could even pull that just to have a pace on the wings and even
हाँ
Oscar Bob,
मतलब
even Oscar Bob
I
for
don't
that.
think so. बट वही वाली बात है ना कि अगर तुम ग्रिलिश को ला रहे हो तो फिर तुम्हें फोडन या मतलब फिर बनाडो को बैठाना पड़ेगा.
Yeah,
ग्रिलिश
Bernardo.
फोडन
Even not even Bernardo, you can even bench Kovacic and play Bernardo in midfield. Even that could be a possibility
that could
because
be
of
possible.
you,
Yeah.
you can exploit the high line that could have, but it's Pep. You
हाँ
never
मतलब
know.
ग्रिलिश को लिंक अप भी कर सकते हैं ना विद बट देन अगेन ग्वार्डियोला आगे जाता है
Yeah,
राइट बिकॉज़
it's tricky.
डोकू न्यूकासल गेम में बहुत सेंट्रल खेल रहा था. So then having
Yeah,
and if he
yeah,
continues to do the same thing with Doku की centrally खेल and Guardiola goes ahead तो फिर दोनों Doku और Grealish दोनों का होना would be मतलब वो फिर unnecessary situation हो जाएगी कि दोनों ही खेलेंगे.
yeah. That could be an
So yeah,
interesting.
I'll go with that. But I'm sure कि मैं बहुत ज़्यादा गलत होने वाला हूँ because I have no idea क्योंकि 2 हफ्ते का gap like
Yeah.
last game में भी कुछ surprises थे, इस game में भी कुछ उसका surprises.
Even Rico Lewis could pop up. You never know. Even Pep can
But
play him.
I think so he'll stick with या तो
Not
फिर
even he can do the midfield madness. You never know. It's Pep
हाँ
can do
but
that.
that's what I'm saying if he would because 4 दिन 4 दिन में शायद बर्नली वाला गेम भी है.
Yeah,
So if he kind of puts that in perspective, so that also could kind of have an impact on what midfield he would choose. So तो Rico Lewis की बात कर रहा है, ऑस्कर बॉब की बात कर रहा है, ग्रिलिश की बात कर रहा है. So these kind of scenarios would play in the first team lineup if he keeps that Burnley wala thing in mind that because I have to kind of get players ready for a game 4 days later. So वो भी एक चीज हो सकती है पर तो that could be in that scenario. Otherwise, I think so. I'll stick with the lineup which I have put it over.
yeah. Pretty,
So
it's a pretty good lineup. This lineup Joe can get the job done. I mean that's a very good lineup that we can come up with, and it's a good enough Joe can get us that dream that we've been chasing for last six
हाँ
seven years.
again भाई bench भी strong है ना. That's
Yep,
what I'm saying. We have a
we have
bench
impact
as well.
players. Yes.
तो अभी you do your job now. I did mine.
Yep.
You do your job.
I scoreline. I was gonna say 1-3 to City, but then I was like, I should be थोड़ा humble because हमने वहाँ गोल नहीं मारा, तो 3 बोलना भी थोड़ा ऐसा ना हो जाए कि we have done a lot of prediction in the past और हमको पता है क्या हुआ है.
Right,
So I'll go with
dislike मत
narrow.
करवाना यार अभी से. वीडियो पे dislike
Narrow.
नहीं चाहिए भाई.
I want like narrow 2-1 win. I think clean sheet I want to hope for, but it's away game. It's going to be end-to-end stuff. So I think 2-1 City is a safe bet if we are winning. So yeah, and hopefully it's going to be a good game, cracking game. आगे पीछे हमको बहुत दिखने मिलेगा. And as
Yeah,
you said,
2-1.
highlight. Yep.
Haaland, mate. Haaland for life.
Yeah, so that was our part on the preview of this game. Hope you have liked it. Of course, we have few things to cover जो हम यहाँ obviously सब लोग बोलेंगे और एक महान आदमी जिसके बारे में हम बरसों से बात करते आ रहे हैं जो समीर का one of the favorite City players है और I don't know how he's feeling if once he understands his departure from City. So this start. Yes, we're talking about Samir Bhai's favorite player. And of course, transfer market में हमें ज़्यादा तो इतना मसाला मिला नहीं है, but एक मसाला जो पता था जो होने वाला है. Now it's finally here. So Samir Bhai, floor is all yours. Please, how sad are you, to see your
I'm happy.
one of the guys?
I mean, I'll go with the joke with that joke which you said. Kiyama is my favorite player. I'll go with that joke. Okay. Uh, See, I am happy for him because he desperately needs a move like this. ठीक है?
Yep.
Like you know, हमारे जैसे जो प्रथा चलती आ रही है कि अरे एक सीजन में नहीं होगा दूसरे सीजन में हो जाएगा. Like Phillips is a living example that it doesn't work for everyone. Okay. Right? Before I jump in completely on my opinion, पहले तो I would like to divulge the details कि exactly क्या है. तो as of now, basically the medical is currently ongoing, and
Yeah.
West Ham can say आ रहा है कि he's well and due registered to start against Bournemouth जो for next week होगा.
And also, I
And
think Pep also mentioned right in this conference
Pep
कि he has,
confirmed
yeah.
that he's left his medical. And अगर डिटेल्स की बात करूं particularly for this, तो बिफोर तो स्पेसिफिक्स की बात करें. स्पेसिफिक्स में एक तो अगर किसी को अभी भी इज लिविंग अंडर द रॉक या उसको जाते मदम नीचे से उठाओ तो उसको ये बात कंफर्म. तो फब्रिजियो का मैं ये ट्वीट जो है वो एक एज अ कंफर्मेशन ये बता देता हूँ लोगों को कि so as you can see, yeah, it's there. Calvin Phillips to West Ham. Here we go. Loan deal agreed with Manchester City and also on player side. One more for Tim Stiton. Tim Stiton is the director of football. Understand it will also include an option to buy clause in June for West Ham. Medical tests booked on Wednesday. अब इसमें दो चीजें हैं. मेडिकल वो आज रहा है बाय द वे, as I said earlier. And the key thing or the most interesting thing in this is कि ये जो ऑप्शन टू बाय बोला है ना, तो ऑप्शन टू बाय की जो मेन कंडीशन रखी है कि वेस्ट हैम हैज टू मीट मैनचेस्टर सिटीज वैल्यूएशन जो
Yep.
अभी कोट गई है अराउंड 34 to 35 million pounds, right? And West Ham has agreed to pay his entire salary, which is around 120 to 130k per week. And लोन फी भी पे किया. लोन फी अनडिस्क्लोज्ड है बट लोन फी भी पे किया है. ये आई थिंक सो बहुत. एंड डेविड मोइज really wanted him. And why I'm saying this, I'll give you one more fact or stat. Apparently वेस्ट हैम ने 2022 के जनवरी विंडो में कैल्विन फिलिप्स के लिए अपना क्लब रिकॉर्ड बिड भेजा था which was close to 50 million pounds 2020 के
Damn.
जनवरी में. कैल्विन फिलिप्स could actually, अगर वो बिड पास हो जाता, कैल्विन फिलिप्स would have been club's record signing, but लीड्स ने रिजेक्ट कर दिया वो बिड. एंड नाउ और उसके 6 महीने बाद तो सिटी आ गया था बाय द वे. आयरॉनिकली उसके 6 महीने बाद सिटी आ गया था. एंड नाउ वेस्ट हैम कैन एक्चुअली साइन हिम फॉर अराउंड 34 to 35 million. अगर हम लोन फी भी जोड़ दो तो आई एम गेसिंग कुड बी लाइक 4 to 5 ish, if like pure guesswork है. There's no basis about it, but then they could get him for under 40 million if he works over there. David Moyes has actually ये भी न्यूज आई थी कि the board was not on board. The board was not on board. You see what I did? The board of West Ham was not on board with this decision, but David Moyes was really behind this कि उसे चाहिए था. And अगर उनके अभी डिफेंसिव मिडफील्डर्स की बात करो, एडसन अल्वारेस को इंजरी हो रही है. ही इज बैक इन ट्रेनिंग but he's not sure whether he would be starting against Bournemouth next week or not. उनके पास अब से सूचेक बचा है, which we know कि he's just like एक पैसेंजर है उनकी गाड़ी में. like it's just like a, वो कहते हैं ना स्टेपनी है, वो स्पेयर टायर, नॉट इवन स्टेपनी, स्पेयर टायर है कि जरूरत पड़ गई तो अदरवाइज नहीं. बट देन फिर उन्हें उस जगह अगर खिलाने के लिए देन दे हैव टू यूज जेम्स वॉट प्राउस. बट अब विद कैल्विन आई थिंक सो उन्हें उनका डबल पिवट फर्स्ट चॉइस पेयर मिल चुका है इन एडसन अल्वारेज एंड कैल्विन फिलिप्स. तो आई थिंक सो वो एक बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. प्लस जिस हिसाब से मोइस वो सेट बैक एंड काउंटर वाली फुटबॉल खेलता है तो वो एक बहुत ज्यादा कह सकते हैं ना important piece साबित हो सकता है. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm happy for him. Actually he deserves to play. चाहे
Yep.
वो वेस्ट हैम में खेले, चाहे वो नॉटिंघम फॉरेस्ट में खेले, कहीं भी खेले, deserves to play.
Yeah.
Deserves to be, जैसे हमने कुलुसेव्स्की के लिए कहा था ना in a previous segment, that it sometimes it boils down to being at the right place with the right coach,
Yes.
and
Yes.
time could actually be that place.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, my first
Right
thoughts. Yeah,
place,
तेरे क्या on this?
right place, right coach, and I think it's right time as well. अच्छा हो कि ये लोग deal नहीं कर रहे to next summer and to see if he goes or not. Euro is coming up, as you know, you will require game time, and as he's in a right place. If I'm not wrong, West Ham are still in Europa League
Yes,
Conference League.
round
They're
of
still there
16.
in the, yeah,
March में
they're
शुरू
in that
होगा.
competition. Yep. So it's a good addition into the squad. It's good for Calvin as well. Hopefully उसको time मिलेगा खेलेगा. It's in the air if he'll get an England call or not. But the good thing is that कि both sides से timing was अच्छी थी. There was good buyer. We were talking about Juventus कि Juventus लेगा या नहीं लेगा, कौन लेगा. But good thing there is a club who wants him. He wants to go there. So all in all, it's a good timing. As you said, good place, good coach. So we hope for his, we wish him the best and hopefully अच्छा कुछ करे. सिटी हैमर का तो
I
अच्छा
mean,
डिसीजन
even
रहा है हमेशा.
अगर सिटी के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से देखो, इवन फॉर एग्जांपल दैट क्वेश्चन दैट कम्स अराउंड कि कैल्विन फिलिप्स चला गया ना, हु वुड बी रॉड्रीज बैकअप. देखो, वो होता तो भी सो रॉड्री का बैकअप तो मानने से लोग ने मना ही कर
Yeah.
दिया था. एंड आई थिंक इट जस्ट केम आउट दैट व्हेन ही जॉइंड इन अर्ली इन first 2 or 3 training sessions of him, City के coaches were absolutely convinced कि he's not going to be our player. We have made an error in judgment उसको लेके. And I think so a lot of has been boiled on Pep because इसे काफी Pep signing बोली गई है, with जो भी conclusion अब निकला है कि this, because earlier thoughts तेरे मेरे थे कि शायद this could be a bigger exchange signing, this could be a board signing, but now this turned out to be a Pep signing जो, but the coaches जिन्होंने देखा and they felt like we have made an error, and I think and even they have said to an extent कि Romeo Lavia was a better fit than Calvin Phillips. And by the way, ironically, Calvin Phillips को शायद 4 जुलाई को साइन किया था और रोमियो लावियो को 6 जुलाई को बेचा था. But that's what I'm saying कि I think they've understood कि they made an error, but it was too late. Southampton वाली डील शायद आगे बढ़ चुकी थी. तो अगर and this season he had an options to go out of the squad in summer जा सकता था, but then he chose to stay. And then अगर उसका नतीजा क्या हुआ, in these last 6 months he had 2 starts, and in total he got to play around 300 minutes in 9 or 10 appearances. Even though he made that City wala goal,
that's
but
very shocking when you see that Rodri had red card and जहाँ पे वो 3 games banned था, and his backup is playing just 2 games. That tells you the story.
correct.
Yeah.
Like, imagine that you had someone who used to captain Leeds. Okay, he used to be a legend Leeds, and then he came over here and he
under Bielsa, by the way, under Bielsa, जिसको Pep जिसको बहुत मानता है, he was captain under Bielsa. That's
he was Bielsa's son, dude. He was Bielsa's son. Okay, I mean Bielsa इतना बोल दिया था कि I would be very happy if this guy marries one of my daughters in future. इतना बोल दिया था, like and it's good, documentary में भी आया था. I mean you could see अगर उसकी journey देखो, वो आया, he was injured, when he got fit he was overweight as per Pep. Again, he denied those accusations, things didn't work, and then Kelani as a personality he was bang on. Like for a club, as a personality you need to have these players from personality point of view, but as a player point of view कुछ value add नहीं कर रहा है. और even अगर उसके जाने के बाद भी जैसे पेप ने कंफर्म कर दिया कि we are not signing anyone, we are not signing anyone to replace. तो उसके जाने के बाद भी if you see, तो आपके पास अगर आप options क्या है, आपके पास सबसे पहले तो मटेओ कोवाचिच है जो डायरेक्टली उसको स्लॉट इन कर सकता है as a replacement, right? अगर आपके पास जॉन स्टोन्स भी है, अगर सिंगल पिवट खिलाना हो, जॉन स्टोन्स और मटेओ कोवाचिच दोनों हैं to kind
Yeah.
of be that backup to Rodri. डबल पिवट खिलाना हो, रिको लुइस को इन्वर्ट करवा सकते हो, मटेओस नूनेस को खिला सकते हो। आपके
Yes.
पास जो मैंने दो ऑप्शंस है, मटेओ कोवाचिच एंड जॉन स्टोन्स, हम डबल पिवट में भी खेल सकते हैं। प्लस आपने अभी अपने एकेडमी से मामादो
Even
सुसोहो, स्पेनिश यंगस्टर
yeah.
है, उसको आपने प्रमोट किया है, तो हो सकता है शायद वो स्लॉट इन कर सकता है। तो
Even
उसकी
Guardiol.
मिनट्स
Even Guardiol can. Even Guardiol is not in there.
Guardiola, yeah, it's too early. I mean, I
I know, but
honestly I don't think
an
Guardiola
option is there.
Guardiola जो रोल खेल रहा है पहले वो रोल तो अडेप्ट कर ले। ये तो बहुत ज्यादा, this is demanding too much from him.
Yeah,
Just
but
because he's
I'm pretty sure.
just because he's a 90 million player तो हम कुछ भी डिमांड करेंगे उससे।
I'm pretty sure
How
Pep के
spoiled
दिमाग में
how
तो है.
spoiled is that of us भाई?
I'm pretty sure Pep. I'm pretty sure Pep के दिमाग में वो चल रहा है. I'm pretty sure Pep still. He may think about him like
वो
as a
चल रहा
future
है पर वो
player.
आज के लिए
Let's
नहीं
slot
चल
in.
रहा है। वो चलेगा
Actually,
तो भी
not
दो
not for
साल
today. True.
Definitely
That will
not
be that
for
will be the
today,
case.
not for this season, not for this year.
Yep.
I can put my neck on the line कि not for this year also कि भाई वो भी नहीं लग रहा है मेरे को, but अब रेप्लिकेट करने के लिए है भाई। वेस्ट टाइम में मोइस के संग अगर उसका जम गया तो भाई क्या पता 30
Yep.
35 मिलियन ठोक डाल, बिकॉज टेक्लेन राइस के जाने के बाद वो गैप अभी भी है उनके, ठीक है। सूचे को रिन्यू करने का यही था कि भाई सो दैट अगर कुछ नहीं हो तो मे बी दैट
Yeah.
ऑप्शन है, बट आई थिंक सो if Calvin Phillips gets to work and 6 महीने में if he kind of helps them to secure European football again for next season, और यूरोपा लीग अगर जिताया भी नहीं, अगर वो कम से कम उन्हें बहुत आगे तक लेके चला गया, कंट्रीब्यूट के आगे तक ले जाने में, तो फिर
Yep.
हो सकता है, क्योंकि मोइस को नया कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की बात चल रही है बाय द वे, तो क्या पता हमारे लिए विन विन हो कि भाई पैसा आ
Yes.
जाएगा, उनके लिए विन विन हो, उनको मिडफील्डर मिल जाएगा जो कि एक तो इंग्लिश है, होम ग्रोन भी है,
Yep.
और प्लस मोइस जमती भी है, वो भी आ जाए, और कैल्विन के लिए भी अच्छा होता है, खेलने को मिल
Yes.
जाए।
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a story that's finally coming to a certain good certain direction. We don't know if it's the end. क्या पता summer में कुछ हो जाए, as you said. If he's a full time West Hammer, you never even know what if वो City करे वापस revive कर ले, because football is a very weird sport and anything can happen.
इन शॉर्ट में ये
But
कहना चाहूंगा हमारे सिस्टम के लिए सही नहीं, हमारे सिस्टम के हिसाब से नहीं था। It
yep.
was a wrong fit, it was a misfit for what how this team plays. तो वेस्ट हैम के लिए होता सही हो जाए, but I mean, by the way, you do remember ना, we had a potential incoming as well.
From one departure to potential incoming, I think it's time to move to our second player. Echeverri
Yeah,
from
finally,
is done
finally,
from
El
Argentina.
Diablito is in the house. Finally.
Yes. And Samir Bhai, of course, the floor is yours. Please let us know, enlighten us about our new incoming signing to Manchester
No,
City.
I mean, you
We
have
did a brief on here.
off the pod to बात तो कर ही रहा था उसके बारे में. You were excited
Yep,
about him.
of
Tell us
course.
about your excitement for.
Yeah, bro. I mean, this is again a masterclass from City's scouting department, and we already had a discussion before. हमने एक अलग से वीडियो में भी इसके बारे में बात की थी, और फाइनली वो आज कंफर्म हो गया है. Look at that picture. What a beautiful picture. Yeah. And I'm excited, bro. कि all the South Americans that come to City and जो directly आते हैं, Alvarez, even Gabriel Jesus at the start, did wonders. So I'm pretty excited, man. Pretty excited. Good to see there is a potential, like a very highly rated South American player who is doing wonders in that league, and yeah, happy to see
So
that
just
we
to
got it over
kind
the
of
line.
just to kind of read the official announcement that we are pleased to announce, we have completed the signing of Claudio Echeverri from River Plate. Claudio has signed a contract until June 2028, but will remain at River Plate before moving to Etihad Stadium in January next year. तो इसमें थोड़ा सा एक प्लान में थोड़ा सा चेंज है इसमें, जो अपेरेंटली सिटी सोर्सेस ने कोट किया है कि द थिंग इज दैट his pathway would be a bit different than Alvarez. I'll tell you why. Because uh, अभी 18 का है Echeverri, right? Echeverri has just one start in his as
Yep.
a senior team. So ये एल्वारेज की सिचुएशन से तो दूर दूर तक कंपेयर नहीं कर सकता, राइट? क्योंकि अगर एल्वारेज की बात करूं, व्हेन एल्वारेज जॉइंड सिटी वो 22 का था. He
Yep.
had around 80 to 100 games on senior level as well as in both country and club. So वो बहुत रेडीमेड प्लेयर था. Just to give a bit specifics about both the situations. So अगर हम अल्वारेज की बात करें, again both of them have been discovered by Juan Pazzi, जिसके बारे में मैंने पहले प्रीवियस वीडियो में कहा था कि
Legend.
सिटी के हेड ऑफ रिक्रूटमेंट है, हेड ऑफ स्काउटिंग है एट इन साउथ अमेरिकन वाला डिपार्टमेंट में, and both of them have been discovered by him for City. But with Alvarez, the thing is that कि Alvarez के बारे में गार्डियोला को बताया था. Guardiola saw couple of videos along with his staff and he trusted him. जब वो साइन हो गया उसके बाद गार्डियोला saw a lot more of him and he was absolutely convinced of Patsy's vision towards him. और this I think so ये कोई पॉड में आया भी नहीं होगा, that's why we are very proud of our research and why I'm saying this because इतना हो गया था कि अगर अर्लिंग हालैंड नहीं आता, City would have been content with Julian Alvarez as their number one striker. पेप इतना कन्विंस हो चुका था पैट्सी के रिकमेंडेशन से that he would be okay if Erling Haaland नहीं आता, then Julian Alvarez would have been a number one striker and potentially number 9. तो ये दिखाता है कि you know how much of a cred that Patsy has
Yes. Yep.
in City football, in Manchester City, if not in CFG. तो बाय द वे Echeverri का जो स्पेसिफिक्स ये है कि Echeverri की जो डील है उसका बेस फी है 12 million pounds. I mean for our English viewers it's 12 million pounds plus add-ons. Add-ons be around 7 to 8 million है. And then there is I'd say solidarity payment with River Plate because of the amount of dealings that we did in with Julian Alvarez being that symbol.
Yep.
Ki, you know, probably like कि अगर कुछ, I think so this is basically them saying that if you have any more of such talent, then we would like to have that first option. We would like to check out first
Yep.
over other clubs. तो ऐसा है. And as he said, 1 साल का loan move है at River Plate where he can develop to play senior level football on regular basis. There's one more thing that has been that just come out कि हो सकता है जनवरी में उसको 6 महीने के लिए कहीं और लोन पे भेज दे. There is a clear possibility that he might go on a 6-month loan and Girona is currently well positioned to have him from January say next season. So realistically अगर हम expect करें then he would probably hit City squad in pre-season for 2025-26 the season. Probably Guardiola would have. And by the way, one more thing, Guardiola has not been informed of the signing when it was made. This is also came out in the light. Guardiola was not being put in confidence Echeverri के लिए. And also it makes sense because Guardiola का 25 के बाद stay है नहीं है, no one knows. So if it decides to bounce, then this goes to the new manager instead of him. So that basically kind of sets the tone कि भाई अगर 25 में रुकता then he'll evaluate if he because if he ends up leaving then there's no point. So this is but according to me a CFG signing नहीं है because a player of that stature जिसने Brazil के against hat-trick who was literally broken out and he's an Argentine under 17 captain if I'm not wrong. So when you sign a player of this stature who's basically like उसका comparison Messi से तो straightforward हो चुका है because of him being an Argentine. Realistically, he has been hailed as the next Hazard in making for City. मतलब उसको ठीक है like there are certain publications उसको Maradona बुला रहे हैं सब but then like that has to be the most stupidest chat, because Maradona is Maradona, Messi is Messi. But then
Yep.
when you boil it down as like ये, if not that वो हजार किसी से खेल सकता है, तो वो भी है. But there are certain issues with him with respect to physicality, and then ball उस जल्दी डिस्पोजेस भी हो सकता है वो. तो पीएल
Yeah.
रेडी होने में टाइम लगेगा. एंड देन आई थिंक सो इट मेक्स सेंस, इवन दो अगर डिस्कोर्स देखा जा रहा है कि 5 साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, 5.5 साल का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया है, 5.5 का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया है, अगर
Yeah.
if 1.5 is if डेवलपमेंट में अगर स्पेंड करोगे तो फिर how many years he could give City. There's a potential situation that he might misuse the situation and kind of leave City in the end,
Yeah.
with that move to maybe Barcelona or somewhere else. They're kind of portraying it like another Ferran Torres situation. But then देखो कल किसने देखा है, ठीक है, जुलियन अल्वारेज जब भी आया था तो उसके बाद उसने 1 साल का एक्सटेंशन साइन कर लिया था. यू नेवर नो with respect to what we can expect from them, but this 1.5 years का जो development chart out किया है for him, that actually makes sense. Like you
Yeah.
cannot question कि भाई मतलब क्यों, because पीएल में फर्स्ट टीम में खेलना it's not easy. Like
Yeah.
just because you have an argument कि अरे वैलेंटिन बार्को कर रहा है at Brighton, then you can expect to Echeverri as well. I mean Brighton का स्टैंडर्ड अलग है, हमारा स्टैंडर्ड अलग है.
Also for a player who hasn't had a first team game there, so you need that time. You need that time. Yeah.
So prospect, it's a brilliant signing, but and also just to kind of push it further, this was Omar Berarda's last job for City. So I mean, ठीक है, थोड़ी नफरत कम हो गई उसके लिए, और क्या बोल सकते हैं, to kind of snatch it away from the under the nose of Barcelona and Chelsea and kind
Yep.
of bring him over here. But yeah, I think so. Generational signing है. If he gets to play in first team, if he develops really well, and so we are looking for
Yeah.
potential super. हो सकता है शायद जो हम एक देख रहे हैं कि एक अटैकिंग मिडफील्डर साइनिंग कौन सा होगा आगे जाके, व्हेन केविन डे ब्रुयने का फ्यूचर सब सामने आएगा कि
Yeah.
when he decides that maybe this is his time for him to kind of hang his shoes and walk out and sunset, and then you see कि कौन होगा वो. Then Echeverri
Yeah.
could kind of put his hand up and is like maybe if I would develop the way City plays, maybe I would be that guy who could
Yep.
kind of help match up with Foden and kind of take that responsibility of holding the fort in attacking midfield. So, बहुत you could say it could go anywhere. It could go extremely positive. It could go extremely negative. But yeah, that's what we are here for.
Yeah.
कि
That's
like from a signing point of view, 12 अगर एक चल जाता है 12 मिलियन में तो बहुत कड़क साइनिंग है. बट वही
yeah.
है कि पूरी चल जाए. एंड ये another CFG signing ना बन के रह जाए. This I hope that this goes to be a City's first deep signing in 2025 is what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Baकी
That's
last
that's
thought.
that's the beauty of football. We never know, possibilities are endless, but we can hope for the best. And as you rightly summed it up, we can hope for the best from this kind of a talent जो हमारे हाथ में लगा है. So yeah, I mean, I think we've covered all the major points. Of course, there are a few more points that we'll cover in another video, as Samir mentioned. Before as routine, we're obviously gonna request all of you guys, if you liked it, please do like the video. Please share it with your colleagues, your friends who properly follow football and especially who follow City. Please, do let us know what you want us to cover, what is where we can improve as well. And yeah, Samir bhai, any last thought before saying bye to our viewers?
Yeah, uh, uh, all I would like to say that just keep us supporting, and अगर आपके कुछ comments हो about Spurs game, or even if you have any of your thoughts that you would like us to know about, तो comments में बता सकते हैं. एकेवेरी के बारे में, फिलिप्स के डिपार्चर के बारे में कि आप कितने कितने आपकी खुशी एट द टॉप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड से लेके इन ऑन अ रियलिस्टिक लेवल कितनी है. एकेवेरी को लेके आप क्या एक्साइटेड है, या फिर आपके कोई ऐसा पॉइंट है जो आपको लगता है कि हमसे शायद हम इसको टच नहीं कर पाए, तो just let us know about in comments. If you like the video, please like it, share it with your friends, share it with your family, share with your or share in various football groups that you are a part of, चाहे वो आपके कॉमन ग्रुप हो, चाहे वो आपके सिटी के ग्रुप हो, so to let them know about this channel as well, so that they can also be a part of our family, our Boys Improve 9320 family. And if you like what we do, please subscribe to the channel. We promise we'll be a bit more regular. These last couple of months हम दोनों की पर्सनल एंड प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में काफी कुछ ऐसे इश्यूज है जिसकी वजह से हमें उधर केटर करना पड़ा, बट अभी धीरे धीरे सबसाइड हो रहा है चीजें, एंड वी होप टू मेक वी रियली आर वर्किंग ऑन टू put out more and more content with respect to city, with respect to what's happening behind the scenes, what's happening on the face of it. So abhi dheere dheere will kind of get back into the groove. So yeah, for those who have been with us, thank you so much for supporting, and
Thank you,
we
guys.
still counting on your support. We still are counting on your blessings for the channel, and just keep the love going, love for the love, keep the support going, keep like just shower your blessings. What I could say.
Nicely, sir. Well, very well summed up, guys. So yeah, nice to meet you all. Hopefully, in the next episode, we will be
Also follow on
celebrating.
our also just to kind of cut it.
Yeah,
Follow our Instagram as well, right? Boys Pro
yeah.
9320. Put it in our
We are trying to.
description.
We are putting a lot of good creative content there, and okay, obviously, we hope for get a growth there. So yeah. Hopefully, in the next episode when we meet, we are celebrating our victory against Spurs, and
Yes,
there's
yes, yes, yes.
lots many point to discuss. So, guys, keep supporting us, keep supporting City. Till then,
Either या
come
तो
on,
आप हम
City.
लोग को दो मुर्दा लाश की जैसे दिखोगे कि वही
We'll
पुरानी
see that.
कहानी, या तो फिर यू विल
We'll
सी
find
अस
out.
ऑन द टॉप ऑफ द वर्ल्ड.
We'll find out. Yeah. Till then, come on, City.
Come on,
Let's
City.
go.
Let's go.